Hello crafty friends, are you drowning in white paper scraps? Well, if you are, today's video will hopefully give you some ideas on what to do with them. So I've been through my paper scraps bin and pulled out some smooth white cardstock paper scraps. These are all sorts of sizes and shapes, but we're going to make them work as a whole today. Some of them have raggedy edges, so I'm just going to trim those off. And I'm going to jigsaw these together now, with the back side facing up. I'll cut off any awkward angles. So I think that'll do for now. I've got a few little bits extra. We'll just pop them back in the box for next time. Now I'm going to use some low tack tape. This is just washi tape. And stick these together sufficiently so I can use them as one piece of card. Now I'm going to use this 6x6 paper pad from Make and Create. I got this at the Works, I think. And make a bit of a collage masterboard. Just grab a few different colours. There we go, got a rainbow of watercolory bits there. And I'm going to tear these up into small pieces that I can then collage onto this piece of paper that I've cobbled together. So to stick my collage pieces down, I'm using matte gel medium, and I'm going to spread this all over my paper. Just get this stuck down all over. I like to use matte gel medium for this kind of thing because, as the name suggests, it dries matte, so you don't end up with glossy paper. Normally I use Liquitex matte gel medium, but I just opened my pot and it was all dried up because there was only a little bit left. So this is Pebeo matte gel, I think, and it's the same stuff that I have in this bottle that I use for sticking down small bits. So I think the trick with this is not to overthink it. Just plonk your bits of paper down, stick them well, and cover them in the matte gel medium or whatever glue that you're using so they don't peel up. If you do find you've got some areas that have too many of the same colours or shapes next to each other, just add a bit more of something different on top. You don't have to cover all the background card, but you can if you want. You can do this with any pattern paper or gel prints, that kind of thing. I've got a whole playlist about cards made using pattern paper, so if you want more ideas for that, then check that out. Make sure you clean your brush really well after using any kind of glue on it. Otherwise it'll be a dead brush after that. Right, so let me think, do I want anything else? So I've got this bit of wood grain pattern paper. It's a pop of contrast, a neutral colour, but it's quite dark. So I'll just put a few flecks of this in here and there. Right, I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to give it a bit of a dry with my hairdryer before we move on to the next stage. The next thing I'm going to do is marry everything together with a little bit of white gesso. You can use acrylic paint for this, but my daughter has wandered off with my white acrylic paint, so gesso it is. You could brush this on, you could smush it on. I like to use a brayer for this stage because it kind of catches the edges of the different layers. So I'm thinking I want to do some smushing on this, but instead of using my smusher, I'm going to get this ink pad and wipe it all over my glass mat. Give it a spritz with water to hydrate it. And now I'm just going to flip this over and press it down into the Victorian velvet. Yep, I'm liking that. I'm going to give that a blast with my hairdryer and then pick up the rest. I'll just give this a bit more water. Roll over the back with my brayer just to make sure it's well pressed down. And another dry. As you dry a masterboard, you might find bits start to peel up where they didn't get much glue. You can stick them back down however you like. I'm just using some stick glue. Right, you might be thinking that this is a right old mess, and you wouldn't be wrong, but it will come together. I've got a sponge dauber and some more white gesso, and I'm going to sponge it through this flower stencil. This is one I cut myself from Mylar using a cover plate die, and I'm not looking for perfect stenciling. If it splurges under, so be it. It's just to get a bit of pattern on. I think when you're doing something like this, making a collage masterboard, you can plan it out, or you can just go with the flow, which is what I've done today. I just grabbed a pad of paper and started, and whatever you create will be a voyage of discovery. What you end up with, if you don't like pieces of it, you can always paint over it. You can completely obliterate it with an acrylic paint, or put some gesso over it and add something on top. Just play and see where it takes you. Again, make sure you wash out your sponge dauber, because that will be ruined with acrylic paint if it dries on it. Again, it's time for a really good dry with my hairdryer. Finally, I'm going to splatter on some of this black metallic watercolour. This will provide a pop of contrast and some shimmer and shine. And one final dry. So now these are mostly dry. I want to die cut some shapes, and I'm thinking banners. Right, do not do what I just did, and that was to not wait long enough for all the layers of paper and paint, etc. to be dry, because I thought I'd be clever and use my electronic die cutting machine to cut through all the layers, because it applies more pressure than my Cuttlebug or Gemini Mini, etc. But what that did was it squished all the damp painty layers down really well onto the magnetic shim, and now they're all stuck. I'll have to wash this, it'll come off fine, but these two are completely ruined. I can't use them, I don't think. There's not enough left of them. These ones came out okay. This one did get a bit of a tear there, but I think, you know, I'll end up covering that up really. So I've got a few to play with. I've got a bunch of card blanks here, 4 by 6 inch-ish. And I can just put my little flags or my big flags on these, and these will create nice backdrops for die cuts. I'm wondering about inking around the edge ever so slightly. Let's try it on this one and use that Victorian velvet. Just give the edges a bit of definition, finish them off nicely. So I've put some tape runner on the back of this one, and I'm going to have this hanging down from the middle of the top of this card. I'll have this one coming in from the top over to the left hand side, and then this one can go over to the right hand side. Have this one coming in from the left like a flag rather than a banner. Have this one coming in from the left again, and then this one can come in from the right. So create a diagonal. So I'm going to have this one in the middle, not at the top though because it's too small. I think it needs to hang in the middle there. So I'm thinking all of these need a little banner or a label shape in white to break them up. And then maybe a gold piece of foliage or a flower or a butterfly or something on top, and then a sentiment. Once I've got all those bits together, I will come back to you. Right, I've die cut some labels and I've die cut some butterflies, but I'm thinking I want to give my labels a bit of texture. So I'm going to pop them in this leafy foliage embossing folder. Doesn't matter what way up they go because there's no real direction to the pattern, so we'll do that. Right, happy with those. I'm going to put some glue on the back, and I've got my rule of thirds acetate grid here so I can centre these on one of the intersections of the grid. I think this one I'm going to pop in the middle like that, and just get my T-ruler here to make sure it's level. Now this one could go there. Yeah, we're going to pop it there. I think we'll stick this one in the middle again. I've got a slightly smaller label for this card with the smaller flags on. Again, I think middle. I will pop a little bit of something underneath the bits that are hanging off just to support them. And what I'll use is just an offcut of the Masterboard, because that will be the right depth or thickness. This one here, I think. So I've used my current favourite butterfly dies to die cut out some matte pale gold butterflies. There are 3 sizes. I think we'll have 2 on this one. This is the biggest size butterfly, so that can go on the biggest banner. This one can have a big butterfly, and these 2 can have smaller butterflies. For my sentiment, I'm thinking these cutout dies. So I'm going to do these for 5 of them. I'm not sure about this one. There's not really enough rim for it. So I'll rethink that one in a minute. So I've cut out my sentiments from smooth white card, and I'm going to put some glue on the back and then mount them on another piece of paper from that paper pad, just so the cut out letters have got some colour behind them, make them easier to read. So these just need a little bit of glue on the back. Oops, and put them on the right way up. I will put some scaffolding underneath. So I was thinking this might make a nice gift set to give to someone. So I do want to use the same sentiment style on all of them. And I was thinking I could just cut one into pieces and place it down the side like that. I think that works. I think some of the cards need some smaller butterflies on, so I've got this little butterfly confetti die, and I'm going to die cut that from the same gold. So popped a few drops of matte gel medium here, and I'm using that to stick my butterflies down with, and maybe one more up there. Right, I think that'll do. Let me know if you think the rest of the cards should get little butterflies on. I'm not sure. I put one down here, which I like, but I'm not sure about the others. So let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it's given you a whole bunch of ideas. And don't forget to let all the layers of your Collage Masterboard dry before you try and die cut from it. And that way, hopefully, you'll avoid ruining your hard work. Right, that's it for today, I think. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Bye for now.